Here they are, the 30 ministers of Quebec's National Assembly. This year, seated among them,
une membre d'une Première Nation. Ça, c'est quand même spécial pour la première fois.
Kateri Champagne-Jourdain, Innu from Quebec's north coast, made history when she landed a seat in the National Assembly after the October 3rd election. During the cabinet shuffle, she made history again, this time as Quebec's first ever Indigenous minister. She'll be handling employment.
Je vais faire le bout que je peux faire avec toute la volonté qui m'anime.
Legault says her appointment is a sign of good faith, a way to strengthen nation-to-nation relationships, but not everyone's convinced.
So far, anyways, I don't see any change of heart.
While Champagne-Jourdain gets her first shot, other ministers are getting second chances.
Monsieur Pierre Fitzgibbon.
Pierre Fitzgibbon, the former finance minister who resigned in 2021 after being investigated for ethics violations, is now Quebec's super minister of economy and energy, stoking fears Quebec will use Fitzgibbon's new powers to push development of hydro dams against the wishes of both Hydro-Quebec and First Nations communities. A development roundtable is coming, but
I've already asked whether this table will have a place for First Nations, and what I got so far is an indication that probably not. To me, that's totally unacceptable.
Monsieur Jean Boulet.
Jean Boulet, the former immigration minister who recently claimed 80% of immigrants do not work, do not speak French, and do not adhere to the values of Quebec society, is now responsible for the northern region encompassing Cree and Inuit territory. Two areas also grappling with development fears. Cree Grand Chief Mandy Galmasti set her expectations in an interview with APTN News immediately following the election.
You really need to establish that relationship. You have to, have that connection. You have to have that dialogue, and you have to he has to be prepared to understand that there is a type of development that Indigenous peoples may accept, and there's also a range that they will not accept.
But acting as the intermediary for another term is Indigenous Affairs Minister Yann Lafrenière, who will prioritize policing, child welfare, and a possible Indigenous language law on his second go-round.
We'll keep a close watch, as we always do, on how these things evolve and react accordingly if we feel that there's a need to do it.
Quebec's National Assembly resumes sittings on November 29th. Lindsay Richardson, APTN National News, Montreal.